Hello, audience, and welcome back to Coffee Talk. It is Friday, October 2nd, 2020, and in the middle of your screen, you'll see that it is a full moon. I expect to see Gala, and we will probably have to make the Gala hat. Ooh, guns on the front page, that's good. The Evening Whispers is with the people for stricter gun laws. New Healthier Fury sedative might be available sooner. Action video game Rising Hell blamed for violence in school. Is that something that Myrtle worked on? Please don't let Myrtle show up today. I mean, I love Myrtle. She's great when she's around, but also I suck at her voice. So did we not get any more stories? Because in the last episode, Freya, he has one last hurrah in the paper. Happily ever after. Wait. Happily ever after, part 1. Oh my god, it scrolls so fast. Scroll slow. Do I want to grow old with you? No, I don't want to do that. But do I want to be with you, here in this moment, stuck in eternal limbo, in an infinite loop of this exact hour? Forever? Hell yeah, I do. That's probably the last time Romeo remembers having a really meaningful conversation with Juliet. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, dear readers. Just like any other story, this one also has a beginning, and it begins with an introduction. Romeo is a young man of 20. He comes from a quite conservative, but not yet out of touch family. In other words, they're just like almost every other family in the world. He hates the name his parents gave him, and he hates it even more knowing that his life so far is fulfilling all the cliches of his fictional namesakes. Falling in love with a girl named Juliet is really just the icing on the cliched cake. Juliet is a young woman of 20. She also comes from a quite conservative, but not yet out of touch family. In other words, they're also just like almost every other family in the world. She loves the name her parents gave her, although she hates the fact that her life is fulfilling half the cliches of her fictional namesakes. Falling in love with a boy named Romeo is unfortunate, but she has no plans to die stupidly over it. Both of them study at the same university, and they're definitely not the types of people who'd naturally choose to be friends. Fate, however, in the form of... I totally lost my place. Fate, however, in the form of a hip young lecturer with an overenthusiasm for assigning group projects and an unfortunate sense of humor is what brings them together. A simple group assignment is what introduces our young Romeo and Juliet to each other. God damn. Even after their first fated meeting, and the many more meetings required to finish the assignment, there's no sign that Romeo means anything more to Juliet than a friendly acquaintance. She spent a lot of time within the library with. Nor, honestly, does she mean that much more of him. In fact, after she made an ill-judged joke about the literary elephant in the room, she probably means significantly less. But as time goes on... Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm so... almost there. Just a little tap. Oh, too far of a tap. I'm not kidding when I say it's so touchy. Like, the smallest bit just, like, absolutely sends it. As time goes on, and the group assignments keep coming, without the lecturer ever assigning new partners, Romeo and Juliet become closer. They both begin to see things in the other that they hadn't noticed before. Though for Romeo, the fact is rather frightening. How could I fall for somebody like her? And named Juliet, no less. I can't accept it. My mind's just playing tricks on me. Again and again, around and around, his thoughts chase themselves whenever he sees her. Ooh. Oh my god. This is long. Okay. Oh, there's a curse word. That's good. Okay, let's go back up. Okay. Today is Monday, and Romeo has class he needs to attend. However, something is different. Normally a relatively anxious fellow, he finds going to a class requires a lot of willpower. Today, however, he finds himself hurrying to get there. He knows why, of course, but he refuses to admit it to himself quite yet. The first thing Romeo does when he opens the door is to look at a specific table, the table where Juliet always sits. To his unacknowledged disappointment, the table is empty. Fuck, mutters Romeo under his breath. He doesn't curse because Juliet is not there, of course. Rather, he curses because noticing this was the first thing he did upon entering the room. After sitting in his usual place, Romeo reopens his book and begins reading. Every time someone opens the door, Romeo turns immediately to look and quietly whispers a curse. Again, he is not cursing because he is disappointed it is not Juliet who enters. He is cursing because he turned to look. A few minutes before the class begins, Juliet finally arrives, announcing herself and her friends with a braying laugh as she does. So, that sound used to be one of the most annoying sounds in the world, at least as far as Romeo was concerned, but today it brings a small smile to his face. Fuck, curses Romeo again after he realized he just smiled at the sound. Is Romeo in love? He probably is, but he doesn't want to admit that. Falling in love with Juliet is dangerous, extremely dangerous. They come from completely different backgrounds, they have different skin colors, and they worship different gods. He has no problem with interracial relationships, of course. Of course he doesn't. But he never expected it to happen to him. This simply will not do. I need to talk to you. Romeo looks up. Juliet is standing over his table. Her jaw is set, but her eyes are worried, and he completely forgets all about his own problems. What's up? He asks. Can you keep a secret? It's really important. Sure, I guess I can. Good. Good enough, because I really need someone to talk to. So Juliet sits down and begins telling her story to Romeo. She talks about the problems she's been facing over the past few months and how they affect her study. How he's not the first person she's talked about this. Oh my gosh. About how he's not the first person she's talked to about this. On, and Romeo listens to every word. Eventually, Juliet stops talking and sits quietly. Romeo thinks that she looks somehow lighter than she did before she began talking. He doesn't know how to react to what she told him. Why do I do that? I keep splitting the sentence in two, and I don't mean to, so I apologize for that. He doesn't know how to react to what she told him. He tries giving her some advice. Really stupid advice, he thinks, as soon as he said it. But he believes it's probably much better than just listening and nodding and watching her walk away. He doesn't think he wants her to walk away from him. He thinks about this. One thing is for sure, Juliet trusts Romeo as a friend. They've shared a secret now. Even though Juliet has shared the same secret with others before him, this still makes Romeo happy. So damn happy. How pathetic am I being? Oh my gosh. How pathetic am I? Being happy because someone I like came and told me she's not? Romeo? Romeo thinks, and then shakes his head like a dog shaking off water. After sharing everything she had wanted to share, Juliet starts talking about lighter topics. Soon, they are joking freely. The dark mood of earlier almost completely dissipated. Just before Juliet leaves, Romeo asks her something. Why did you tell me all that? Well, I don't really know. I think I can trust you, and you're one of those rare few people who can talk to people directly without sugarcoating everything. It's refreshing, she shrugs. I guess that's why. What Juliet said is true, but Romeo finds it amusing that, even though he normally speaks directly to everyone he knows, he can't do that with Juliet. He's not himself when she's around, or so he believes. After that conversation, Romeo falls even more helplessly in love with Juliet. It's stupid, he thinks, as someone who rarely falls so hard for anyone, but Juliet is driving him crazy, and the fact that she makes him feel the closest thing to love he's felt in years, yet a big wall of cultures, norms, and other societal traditions stands between them, hurts him even more. That is, of course, if Juliet is even into him anyway. Oh jeez. As weeks go by, Juliet and Romeo become closer. They start telling each other stories more often, but all of their stories are limited to their courses, their friends, and anything at all besides their feelings for each other. She's not into me, she's just an extrovert. She's friendly with everyone, Romeo keeps thinking, and it's when he's thinking about that suddenly Juliet comes and sits at his table. So you said you want to tell me something? It's true, he has already sent a message to Juliet telling her he wanted to talk about something. Oh wow, diving straight in. It's nothing all that important actually, says Romeo. Come on, it's not like you to be so indirect about things. What's wrong with you, boyo? Boyo? Yo, you got friend zoned, sorry. Romeo actually called Juliet to talk about her attitude recently. Jeez, she's been weird, at least in Romeo's eyes, and it feels like she's getting farther away, removing herself from many student activities she'd usually partake in. Juliet answers all his questions, all his thoughts and concerns about how she seems to be removing herself from all other side activities she's managed to shrug off or easily explain. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm obsessing over every single thing she does, thinks Romeo, while a pit opens up in his gut at that thought. Is that all? anything else you want to say? Questions him. Fair is fair, after all. Do you know what I used to like? Do you know that I used to like you? The words come out from Romeo's mouth out of the blue. He's horrified. Even as he recognizes that it's a lie, he still likes her now. He doesn't even know why he decided to confess his feelings right at this random moment. Never mind why he confessed it with half a lie. It wasn't planned at all. But when he heard Juliet say, anything else? Well, it's definitely one thing Romeo has been planning to say to Juliet for the last 1,000 eons, or as normal humans measure time, since around 8 months ago. Juliet shows a flash of surprise and then says, no, I had no idea at all. Why? Why what? Why do you like me? Or why did you like me? I mean, there must be a reason. Oh, of course there is. Romeo opens his mouth to tell her and pauses. He blinks slowly and closes his mouth again. Or not. I don't know. I think there is, but I'm not sure. Ugh. I'm sorry, I'm talking gibberish. Juliet does not respond to that. Romeo doesn't even dare to look at her directly. But he can see her out of the corner of his eye, that she looks dumbfounded. He takes a breath and opens his mouth again, hoping for a lightning strike. Divine inspiration, or instant death. He isn't picky. Okay, I see you as a really strong person, okay? You have a big girly side, but you're also a really strong, independent person. Okay. Too far? Okay, I get the girly part, but what makes you think I'm strong? Well, just look at how you work with all of your assignments and organizations. I definitely could never deal with everything as well as you do, ever. Well, come on, everybody has something they're good at. You can do things I can't. That's pretty normal, you know. I know, but still, I'm not sure. That's probably what attracts me to you the most. When he says that, Romeo tries looking at Juliet. Just for a moment, he saw a twitch of a smile on her lips, but dared not to even hope. He ascribes it to his imagination instead. So what's next then? Asked Juliet. To be honest, I don't know, I said. I said this because I can't keep hiding it forever. I needed to say it to you even though I know it. It's See, the spacing between the thing and the S is what gets me. It's impossible for me to ask you out, considering all the differences between us. Juliet pauses. Oh, of course. You don't need to say anything, though. I just needed to get it all out of my system. That's all I wanted to say. Well, okay then. I have something else to do. You don't have anything more to say, right? Yes. No. That's all. Juliet nods and says goodbye, then quickly walks away. After Juliet leaves, Romeo lets out a heavy sigh. Good work there. It's one hell of a lot of old baggage I just let go, and a whole hell of a lot of new baggage I replaced it with. Here's an interesting fact about our Romeo. During the whole conversation, he hadn't been able to keep himself from shaking, an old habit that he just can't let go of. To his relief, they'd been sitting during the whole conversation so he could hide his tremor. Still, even though he feels intense relief after telling Juliet about his feelings, his hands are still trembling. He has to wait a couple of minutes before he can walk away himself. But now, after Romeo's long-awaited but ultimately useless confession, what's next for our Juliet and her Romeo? Funnily enough, neither she nor Romeo ever mentioned it again. At least, not to each other. Romeo did eventually tell some of his friends, but his feelings for Juliet. But what about Juliet? Romeo didn't know anything about how she was coping with this revelation. He expected that she'd probably told some of her friends, as he had told his, but that doesn't even matter. He tells himself we're not even meant for each other anyway. Watching from the outside, nothing seems to change between them. They still talk about their classes, about their friends, about shows they've watched and books they've read, but they never ever mention again the time when Romeo revealed his feelings to Juliet. At first, Romeo had thought that confessing his feelings would mean letting go of a big boulder inside his heart. As it turns out, it only transformed the boulder into a restless rock monster, asking for more. Eventually, he realizes letting Juliet know about his feelings isn't enough. He needs to have her. He wants to hold her tight. He wants to stare into her eyes and tell her he loves her to Pluto and back. He wants to hear her say, I love you too. He wants to kiss her. He wants to run away with her to a place where no one cares about their differences and just sees them as a cute couple in love. He wants to do all the good things in life together with her. And more than anything on this earth, he simply wants her. Oh my. The feeling is killing him. How could she be acting normally after that revelation? Does it mean his feelings mean nothing to her at all? The peak of his emotions comes one day when our hero is falling asleep. Suddenly his body is drenched in sweat. His heart beats too fast and his thoughts only run to one thing. Juliet. He wants. No, nothing so prosaic. He needs Juliet. He doesn't care about anything else. about family traditions, about their families, about anything. There's only one thing he needs to do tomorrow, and that is to confess his feelings again to Juliet. This time, however, he is going to ask her out. If she feels the same way, he will ask her to just give it a try and fight the world together. He resolves that he is going to take a leap of faith, and it will be the first thing he does the next time they meet. To be continued. Man, that was a really long read. It was good. It was good. I liked it. Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen Bailey's. Evening. Am I the first customer tonight? You are. That's new. Yeah, I don't think Freya's gonna show up today. Oh, he looking. Freya's not here. Said she's coming back later tonight. Got something to do with meeting some fellow writer friends? Why not do it here? Your favorite place, right? Her friends have visited this place from time to time. It's not as much as her. Writers gathering, huh? I wonder what writers talk about when they're hanging out. I've known them for some years now. Hold on. Oh, I thought I had a hiccup or something. She has this habit, you know. If she said they're friends, it means they're just hanging out normally. But if she said they were writer friends, they're probably talking about work. Either giving each other feedback on their latest drafts or sharing and validating ideas. Interesting. They even use code words for meeting up? Oh, it's not like that. She doesn't even realize that she says. I just picked up on it. That's even more interesting. Are you always so observant? Part of the job. Why is that? People come here every day. Some of them aren't as talkative as others. But their body language can be loud and clear. It can tell you a lot of things, whether they need a friendly ear or just want to be alone. It applies to what they're ordering as well, because, you know, sometimes what people want is not what they need. That's deeper than I would have thought. So what are you reading from me now? I won't say. Why? That would break the charm. Ha ha ha. The hell was that? I guess I can say this much. Whatever I say or do to our customers, it's always related to what I'm getting from their body language. Including our interaction now. Man, now I see why you don't want to share. Even that was enough to make me feel like I'm naked in front of you. By the way, I haven't ordered anything. What are you having tonight? Hot chocolate with ginger and cinnamon. I heard that's a good drink for a bitter heart. Oh no, why did he say bitter heart? What was the gingerbread coffee I made was coffee, ginger, and cinnamon. That's what he wanted, right? Ginger and cinnamon. Yeah. So is there just like a chocolate gingerbread thing? Ginger and cinnamon. Why does it say that hot chocolate is so bitter? I don't think hot chocolate is bitter. Bitter heart. JK. Haha. Here you go. That's new. Here you go. Bitter heart, chocolate, ginger, cinnamon. Cool. New. Shadows that will help you try to hide. Jeez, man. I think I read somewhere. I don't know where I know this information from, but I say it all the time. And that chocolate activates the same part of your brain that cocaine does, I think. So it like gives you that like quick jolt of happiness. Anyway, I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. You're a pretty romantic person, huh? Spending extra time decorating this drink? Only for special people and special drinks. Say, Cryoptic, tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? Anything. How old are you? Old enough to open a coffee shop? Haha, oh man. I guess I should say sorry for asking that. It's alright. But that's the only answer I can give. Now you're making me wonder what I should ask next. Please, someone save me, Freya. Save me, Freya. What is happening to your face? Hello, everyone. Freya, you're twitching. Why are you both looking at me like that? Freya, you look horrible. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. No, I don't. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to echo our dear barista. Yeah, you do. What happened? You'd be better asking what didn't happen, because the answer would be proper sleep and decent progress on my draft. You need to rest. And miss my deadline? Hell no. Sorry, Baileys, but I won't be able to keep you company, because I have to finish this thing, and for that, I'll need a whole hell of a lot of espresso. You sure about that? You really should just rest. Get something to help you sleep. Espresso, please. Wait a minute. There was something. Hold on. I'm gonna look at the cheat sheet again, because there was something in the thing that was like when you need a good. I think it's like green tea, mint, and green tea, mint. Not the Marrakech. Is it the Marrakech? No. What drink makes you sleepy? STMJ? What did I make the STMJ for? I forget. No, that was Hendry, right? There's a drink called the Menthol. That doesn't sound good. What's the drink? Oh my gosh. Spice Lady. Bitter Heart. Cough syrup. French? I doubt that. My god, what's the sleepy sleep? What drink makes you sleep in Coffee Talk? Coffee Talk. Drink guide, all drinks. Okay. Bear with me. No, it wouldn't be a coffee, right? It wouldn't be a coffee. Coffee makes you... It wouldn't be espresso. Tea-based drinks. I can kind of see it being a tea-based drink. The Midsummer Night's Dream. That's not the right one, is it? Chai. Easily between cups. No, that's the Tataric. Cough syrup for sore throat. Right. Green tea latte. No. 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 Dude, what is it? What is it? Here it is. Oh, it's called the bed chamber. Longing for a deep slumber. Warm, less cool, extra sweet, not bitter. Milk, cinnamon, and honey. Ooh, this is a dilemma. I can give her her triple espresso. And she can finish her deadline, or I could be a good friend and give her the sleepy one. But I feel like if I do that, she'll miss her deadline and then she'll hate me. But she wasn't, I don't know. She wasn't too upset with, like, losing her job, right? You know what I've never done? I go back over to this. JK, I can't. I think I should. What's the information? Manufactured by Toge Productions. Oh, okay. Just information on the thing. You should really just rest. Get something to help you sleep. Espresso, please. Don't want to give you espresso. Look at you. You're gonna be burnt out. But if she sleeps, she misses her deadline. Oh my gosh, this is a very hard decision. She said she'll... Let's pull up the transcript. Let's read this. The answer would be proper sleep and decent progress on my draft. You didn't get good progress because you didn't get sleep. You need to rest. And miss my deadline? Hell no. Are you sure you should really rest? Get something to help you sleep. Espresso. I really want to give her the sleepy one, right? But now we get into the whole ethics and work business ethics, right? Because if I give her that, it's not what she asked for, and that would technically be drugging her, right? If I gave her something that made her fall asleep, that feels weird to do without her permission. Like knocking her out. It would be a good friend thing to do. Oh my god. It could go one of two ways. She could either... It could go one of four ways. I serve her the coffee. She gets all of her shit done before her deadline. She becomes super famous and rich, whatever, and it's great. I give her the coffee, and she ends up not finishing on time, or she submits like a super shitty draft or something, and then doesn't become famous, and then loses everything. Or I give her the sleepy medicine, in which she goes to sleep, wakes up the next day, and gets her draft done, and it's great and amazing. She submits it, and then she gets famous and rich. Or I give her the sleepy thing, and she misses her deadline. And then she hates me forever. So listen. Oh my gosh. It's like there's two people inside of me wanting to do two separate things at the same exact time, but I can't tell which one I should do. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. Listen, I watch My Hero Academia. And I watch a lot of Marvel, and I watch a lot of superhero stuff. Superhero content, I'm all about it. Spider-Man series coming out soon. Don't you even worry. But from a personal standpoint, I should not mess with her and leave it to her, because then if I give her the coffee and she doesn't do it, that's on her. That's not me, because I didn't interfere. I just did what she is in control, right? If I give her the sleep, then that's on me, and it's my fault then. Whereas the other one is her fault, which it's easier to get over things if it's your own fault than if it was someone else's fault. I feel like it's easier to forgive yourself than it is to forgive other people. In most cases, I would say. Not for like bigger things, obviously, but like most of the time, I think that's the way things are. But I think it was in My Hero Academia, All Might says, the essence of being a hero is meddling when you don't have to. Not that I want to be a hero, but I want to help my friend. Let's just make the drink and see what happens. We could scrap it, but I want to make it so that it's at least in my repertoire. Milk, cinnamon, and honey. Okay. Milk, cinnamon, honey. Let's just brew and look at it. I'm not gonna hit serve. I just want to look at it. The bedchamber. Here's also the thing. She lost her job. She lost her job because she was too worried about the book deadline, and now she has the time to do her book, and now I'm crushing her dreams, because if she doesn't get it done on time, then she's fucked. Or I could help her and save her. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. Meddling when you don't have to is the essence of being a hero. God damn it. Oh, instant regret. Oh, let's look at it. It's gonna be like, oh, you put her to sleep. A cup for those longing for a deep slumber. Oh, I don't like that it says deep slumber. Can I take it back? Can I take... I don't want it. Don't drink that. It's spiked. Here you go. Right. What the hell, dude? Uh-oh. This isn't even coffee. Uh-oh. Drink. This isn't what... Drink. Without being so pushy. What is happening? Okay. It's on the house. It better be. How was the meeting? It was pretty good. got a lot of good advice, but that also means things. And not a small number of them, mind you, need to be rewritten. Oh. It's not that bad. Rewriting is part of the process. It's just going to my usual corner. Although, thanks to your drink, I'm not sure whether I'll be able to stay awake or not. Did I do the right thing? You're right, Bailey. Bailey's, talk me out of it. Talk me into it. Talk me into it. Make me feel like I did the right idea, please. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. Bailey, talk to me, Bailey's. Give me your sweet essence. Give me that good. She looks horrible. She does. Don't worry about her. She'll finish it. This isn't the first time she's acted like this. No? But this time the stakes are pretty high. Don't say that. So, what brings you here today? I'm not even sure myself. I had no plan tonight, and this place just came to mind, out of the blue. I wonder if Lua's gonna come too. Hold on, maybe we can actually guess who's gonna be coming. Because we're running out of days. We still need another Georgie, another Gala. Which I thought was gonna be last night because it's full moon. We need lots more Neil, unless we're just not gonna get anything from Neil. We're getting another Hendry, let's go. And then 2 more Rachels, probably. Because it seems like every time I give them a drink is when a blue bar comes up. Which is good. So, we have 1, 2... Bailey's is here tonight. 3, 4... 5... 6, 7, 8 with Neil. 8 things. It's like 2 days worth of people. There's 4 in each. What day are we on? Not that. Why do I forget what day? We're on the 2nd. So we have the 3rd, so that'll be 4 people. We still have 2 people today too, and then and then 3 and 3. So I think by the end of tomorrow's day, I should be able to do it. I'll have to thank your subconscious then. I guess you should. All right, who else are we meeting? Oh, I knew it. I knew it. Not sure whether I should thank it or not, though. Hi, Lua. Oh my god, it's been so long since Hi, Bailey's. I think that was hers. How... you first. No, you first. I was just going to ask, how are you doing? What's her voice? Oh my god, what's her voice? I'm fine, thanks. How about you? I'm good, yeah. I think I need to order something first. Oh, of course. Go ahead. Hi, Cryoptic. What are you having this evening, Miss Lua? Gingerbread coffee, please. I know how to make that. Do I know? I do know. I don't even know why I asked if I know. I know. The bed chamber. You want the bed chamber? In a bed chamber. Ginger cinnamon. Coffee, ginger. Coffee. Yo. Yogo. Gingerbread coffee. That looks so delicious. I would have a gingerbread coffee. Here it is. Thank you. My grandma used to make this drink for me. Reminds me of her so much. Reminds me of when I was growing up. With my family. Side eye. The fuck is that supposed to mean, babe? How's work? It's going pretty okay. You? I'm not taking any new jobs at the moment. Because, well, you know. Yeah, I get it. You have enough in your savings, right? That's a very Lua thing to ask. But yeah, I do. Thanks to that last annoying job. It went well in the end. It kinda did. They paid me on time at least. And the pay was amazing. How long are you planning to take a break for? I don't know. But my problems are settled, I guess. And what problems are those? I'll tell you this. But don't tell anyone, okay? Not even Cryoptic, who's standing in front of us, listening to everything we say all the time, always. Selling our information online. And telling all of his 10 people that usually watch his videos. Not even Cryoptic. Okay. So there's this girl. I love her. We've been going out for a few years. I'm not really sure where we stand now. How can you not be sure? We had an argument about a week ago. It wasn't anything new, but somehow things escalated uncontrollably. Why is that? I assume both of us were just tired, knowing that we're fighting against centuries of tradition. We haven't really talked since our last fight. Leaving things unresolved is not a good idea. But I can't bring myself to start the conversation. Why? Even I'm not sure about that. Pride, maybe. But tiredness. Or knowing that chances are we won't be able to find the best solution for everyone anyway. Baileys, I have a question. Go ahead. What do you think she's feeling right now? Be honest, I don't know. She's not like me, that's for sure. Thankfully. Why? At least it won't affect her professional life that much. Glad I'm a freelancer. It means I can just take a break from work without so many problems. I'm not as professional as her, you see. I think you're wrong. Really? If I were her, I would find it difficult to live life as usual. But I'd put on a lot of masks, just to hide the feelings I was going through. That sounds difficult and uncomfortable. It is. But a friend told me once, you gotta do what you gotta do. He must be a pretty cool guy. He is. Pop the question, Baileys. What's next for us, Baileys? I don't know, Lua. I met some new people this week. Oh, that's not a good sign. Including that supermodel. You knew? That girl in the corner told me. Yeah, including that supermodel. How does that make you feel? Like a fool? What? Said a lot of things that I've been trying to avoid thinking about. A lot of truths. A bit like you know. Attitude-wise. You get along with him. Oh, they're talking about Hyde. Doubt it. Opposites attract, but similarity breeds contempt. Ever heard that before? A lot. From a certain hipster elf. After listening to that guy, what's your stance on, us? I'm not sure, Baileys. What about you yourself? Had any similar experiences this week? I have, in fact. You met a vampire and I met a werewolf. Hee hee. What are the odds? What are the odds indeed? What did your werewolf say? Not much, to be honest. But he made a good point about the importance of family. Baileys, I know I've been stubborn about you wanting me to make peace with my family. And I know why that's very important for you. But Freya said something that kind of hit me hard. What was it? I was just using you as an excuse to escape my family. When I actually want to do that anyway. For myself. You know me, Baileys. I do. And you know how I feel uncomfortable with people leaving their families. Which makes me an asshole, I guess. I get why you think that way, Lua. Blood is thicker than water. What should we do? Lua. Yes, Baileys? Please, let me leave my family. Try to get your family to accept me. It sounds like the easier thing to do after all. But you'll lose your immortality. You'll be an outcast among other elves. An outcast from a bunch of overly pretentious people? Sounds great. You'll live a long time, but you won't have the perfect health, perfect life. That's the elven privilege. But it's not a perfect life without you. What if our relationship doesn't last? You'll have lost everything. You'll blame me. Lua, I'll never blame you for anything. If we're talking about who I used to be, the guy would never have blamed himself. 100 reasons for why something failed, but never had anything to do with him. But that won't happen with us. You know why? Because I've learned so many things by being with you for 10 years. Made me a better person. So you don't need to worry about any of that. Because right now, you're the most important part of my life. I don't need an immortal life. Because without you, it won't be a life worth living. Baileys, I believe in you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, well, kiss. A little smoochy. Lua, Baileys, I feel like we're living in a soap opera. It seems so. So, what's our plan? Tomorrow's Saturday. Are we going on a date? Going to my parents' place. Oh. I want you to come with me. What? That's so sudden. Do you already have plans for tomorrow? Well, no. It's just, I'm not prepared to meet them. You'll be fine. You don't want to tell them about this first? It'll be alright. Well, they never forbade you from dating other races. I'm not a big fan of elves, that much is true. But you can prove them wrong. Okay, this could be a good first step. It is. It's set then. Don't know what'll happen tomorrow. But we can think about it. Anything else? Later. I'm with you on that. So, does that mean you don't mind me? I had my doubts, but now I'm sure I could trust you. Lua, thank you. You still staying at Farron's house? Yeah. Staying with me tonight. Whoa. Whoa. Huh? What about your roommate? He's away for the weekend. Taking a long weekend getaway until Sunday night. Wait a minute. Away for the weekend till Sunday. It's a Friday. Does that mean Myrtle is her roommate? Fate is on our side, it seems. A gray optic. Yup, we're leaving. Thank you so much for keeping up with us this past week. Pleasure was mine. We're off then. See you. Thank you for coming. Be safe on your way. I didn't say that, but I should have. Hi. You look better. That was pretty intense. Oh, you're back in real world. I just pretend not to notice. They're like one of the main reasons why I'm writing this story. But I have to see their struggle through till the end. Important for the writing, you know. That's cold. What? It's not like that. It's just that... Yeah, that was cold. I'm sorry. You look better than before, though. For now. Can't tell you how I feel until it's done. And I don't... Oh my god, big slam. Gala! Oh gosh. Hi, Gala. Oh no. Ooh, big slammy. He's not angry, is he? Whoa. Freya, get over here. This wolf? Is that him? I think so. Welcome, sir. Are you crazy? You can't treat a werewolf and a fury like a normal customer. Trust me. He must have his reasons for coming here. You can relax, sir. Do you need anything? Something to calm you down, maybe? He needs the... Oh my god. I can't access it. What was it? Oh shit. It was tea? It was tea, milk, and ginger. Right? I can't look at my phone. He's angry. Yeah. Okay. Here's your raw. Don't spill it. Don't you slam that. Hello? You leave? What the hell? Is that really him? After seeing the reaction to the drink, 100%. Well, whoever he is. This place survived. Thankfully, yes. I think I need to close up shop early. I don't want to cause any more ruckus. I need to clean up some of the mess anyway. Good idea. Can you get back alright by yourself? I'll manage. Take care on your way back. You be careful too. See you tomorrow. See you. was intense. Lemony snippet. Fortunate tail in a cup. Interesting. Full moon is over now, so hopefully he's safe. Hopefully he survived. Hopefully we're safe. That was close. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this episode, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you want to see more. Also, comment down below if you want me to play the sequel to this game or any other games you want me to play. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you know when the next episode comes out. We are slowly approaching the ending here. Not too much more to go. And I can't wait to see the last day. And I hope you're there with me to see it. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!